So this morning we're going to go down and plant some potatoes with the ladies, and then I'm going to show you some farmer fashion. And then when we finish, we're going to have a country style Japanese curry of Jerusalem artichoke. So let's do it. Okay, so we're out doing some potato growing. So occasionally my neighbour here, she's a professional farmer. She supplies cucumbers and various things, and she also has a apple farm, and she's just doing a little bit of a potato workshop with my wife and Shinobu, because our potatoes weren't so great last year. So they're going to be doing a bit of gardening for a few hours, and they're going to make a curry later. So anyway, we'll see how we go. So it looks like Shinobu's just putting them at about the right spacing, and my wife's just checking with the stick and just adjusting. Jericho's getting the next line of potatoes ready at the right distance. You can see she's got her marker, and potatoes are all lined up. You can see the Japanese are very neat when they plant out. So the distance between each seed potato is 30 centimeters, and the distance between rows is 1.2 meters, 120 centimeters. So it's 4 times the distance for the next row. So Checker was saying the reason why it's 1.2 is mainly dictated by the mametora, which is the tiller. So when she goes through with the tiller, it'll mound up on both sides. So that's the main reason for that exact distance. So just doing the first covering. So this is quite a strange looking hoe that they use in Japan, but has a specific job. If you have a look here, perfect design for this. Covering both sides of the trench. So it looks like my wife at the end has got a bit of a bow in it, but not too bad an effort. So the girls are digging their initial trench for the second one. So a beautiful day to be doing some gardening. Still a bit of snow and ice on the mountain. So planting the second row. And my wife just checking the spacing, and Jekyll's getting the third row ready. Here we got a local walking her dogs. In Japan at the moment, dog ownership is through the roof. You can barely get a person to cut your dog's hair at the moment. And the smaller dogs are the most popular. But around here I see quite a few border collies. So another really good thing about living in rural Japan is people don't sit inside and do nothing. So they're sort of always doing something, even if it's for half the day. Or they'll get out in the garden together, or cook together, do things like this. So it's everybody's day off today. And they decided to do a bit of potato planting together. Pretty cool. Gambatteru yo. She's getting into it. So they're just planting 3 rows this morning, and I told the girls when these are ready we'll make potato dauphinoise creamy potatoes together to celebrate.
And the cut one is
So these are the potatoes up close. So they mainly whole ones, can we go? Most of them, or cut ones?
But the big one cut.
Yep. And what's on the outside? Ash?
This one ash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's got some ash, it's got some sprouts here.
Small one, whole one.
Yeah, and smaller one. It's whole. We've got some of these at home, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we have to do next.
Yep. So I've got a big box of these, so I can see some chips in my future. So this is how they adjust the distance. So it's got the little red tape on the end. Oh, sorry, yellow tape. So on the end of the stick it says jagaimo, which is potato. So that's got the distance already marked. And now just a sprinkling of fertilizer. So this is a fertilizer. It's a nitrogen based one. They use it a lot in apples because Checo's primarily an apple farmer. It's got a bit of calcium and other stuff, and this is what's being used in potatoes. So girls are almost finishing up the other 2 rows. So this little plot of land is what Checo uses to just grow some veggies for herself and her family. So the girls are getting better at the technique, but have a look at Checo, professional. Gets the right depth, the right amount on the hoe, and speed. Look at that. So my wife's getting a lot better just in a 30 minutes she's done it, but obviously doesn't have the speed of a professional farmer, but she's really doing well. Row's looking really good. So just spreading fertilizer along the rows. So she said directly over the potatoes, not to spread it around. It's a good result. So Cherkor's land here, she gets mushroom compost delivered by the truckload. You can get like a 10-ton truckload of mushroom compost around here from the company who grows mushrooms. They're happy to deliver it just for the cost of fuel, and that's all mixed in here. So this ground is awesome. So basically Cherkor just gave them a setsame. So you wait until the potato plants come up about 6 or 7 centimeters, and that's when you start just mounding up, going along and just mounding soil into the plant on both sides. And doesn't need pretty much any more care than that. So quite a simple crop, and everyone loves potatoes, especially fried potatoes. So she's just demonstrating how to put the soil up onto the plant when it grows. Quite straightforward. Okay, looks like we're done. You'll also notice in the rural areas of Japan is you see fields and they have like big piles of roof tiles, old roof tiles, and that's what it's used for, just to keep the weights on the plastics. So you see like in the corner of vegetable fields and things like that. And you can see over there, or everywhere you'll see in the corner piles of roof tiles. It's a good repurpose and lasts forever. So here's the design of the hoe, and it's got a little circular indent on the bottom. It's quite long. So this one's designed so that the soil doesn't go through the top of the hoe, and it's quite bottom heavy, which is good. You don't need too much power to bring it in. Here's the bottom. Quite easy to replace the handles too, looks like. Okay, so here's something that's pretty cool. This is called a kapogi. So it's not open at the front. And turn around. And this opens at the back, sort of like what the nurses wear, or if you're in hospital or something, a gown. It's like a gown. And this is all round farmers sort of fashion. And they have usually the big round hats, and sometimes they have it connect the hat with where it's connected. And this is called a kapogi, and it's used for working outside and cooking and lots of things. So it's an all-round thing. You can wear your own nice clothes underneath, and they always have like cute designs on them, like this one. The Pooh-san desu ka?
Pooh-san desu.
Ah, this is Winnie the Pooh. So she's got a Winnie the Pooh kapogi. So this is the standard farmer's hat. This is what Czech always wears. So it's the one piece, protects your neck, and it's got like a visor sort of attached as a one piece, and all has different designs, and they also have like arm covers here, and they like to match it with their hat, and it's a bit of a fashion thing. And there's a store where you can buy all this stuff, and They always look good in the fields. Farmer fashion. 忍さん。
はい。
Farmer fashion の。
ファーマーズファッションです。
So this is what I was talking about with the mushroom compost, and the truck comes in and dumps the mushroom compost, and then it gets spread and tilled up with the soil for added nutrition for the soil. So these guys just next to Checo, spreading it out now. So Janelle was getting the curry ready.
はいはい。菊芋尽くしです。
And
あ、いいね。
Jerusalem artichokes are ready. So this is the rice in the rice cooker. What's in it?
Yeah, same. That's artichokes.
Yeah, so it's still got the piquimon. Looks like carrot in there. Carrot and spring onions.
キャロットピラフ。
Yep. And we got a vegetable soup.
With same.
Yep. And that's also got Jerusalem artichoke in it.
Same too.
And a small little nabe. And we got a cabbage with a bit of seaweed. So they eat super healthy.
ちょっとね、スパイスが。
So we're going to get into this in a minute. So there's the
That one also.
Kikwimon curry.
菊芋カレー、これ菊芋ね。
Hey.
いただきます。
Okay, so I've got into it. We've got the Japanese Jerusalem artichoke curry with Shinobu's rice. We've got a cabbage. And we've got a vegetable soup which also got Jerusalem artichoke. Now this one is fukinoto. I did a video a few weeks ago about the fukinoto, and this one has been sort of chopped up and marinated a little bit. And then we have our little nabe here. So we've got fried tofu, carrots, and this one is, what's this one called again, Kumiko? This one. Cognac. Yeah, cognac, and this is the white radish. Now with the Japanese curry, I like mine extra spicy. So Japanese curry is quite mild, it's a little bit sweet, so I put in chili on mine. Absolutely delicious.
Let's go alcohol.